Hey guys, I figured I'd do my update today since everything's going slow. I got up early, I meditated, and talked to God, and um, listened to my music, and got in the spirit. I read my peritoneal and all this, this shit guy here right here. I read all of this about dialysis and at home care and all this stuff. And something came to me, and he goes, "You won't have to do that." I said, God, I said, listen, I said, every test you put in front of me, I passed it. I said, every test you put in front of me, I passed it. And I went so high in the sky that the literal sky was nothing, pure nothingness, right? So I'm talking to God in the morning, and I'm telling him, I'm like, yo, you need to pass me a bone real quick. Pass me something to come on in. I'm talking to God. Hey, let me get my mask on.
Hold on a second, sorry. Get my tape. All right.
Getting blood?
Hi. My name's Aaliyah. I'm from the lab.
Hi.
I'm here to do a blood draw.
Okay, let's do this.
Alrighty. Before we start, can I just get your full name and date of birth?
Zanisha Undermeyer, 082491.
Perfect.
So don't mind me. I'm going to be doing my testimonial while you're doing it.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, woke up talking to God. I'm like, back in 08, remember when I almost drowned and you saved me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry talking to this.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. And I'm just a little bit perturbed because I'm reading all of their documents and I'm going over it, and I'm just a little bit like, okay, we've had a test after test after test, and after a test, what happened? You get a pass or fail, right? On the overall course of life. So here I go, starting to tear up a little bit, like, dang, I gotta do what? They're gonna place a what in my stomach? So I'm a little bit shaken. And then again, God comes to me and goes, hey, you're not gonna have to do that, right? So I'm waiting on my miracle. I'm waiting on a miracle. Should have did this a little earlier, y'all.
Sorry, our tape is so sticky. It leaves all this residue.
Wait on it. Wait on it. That's what God said. Wait on it. Get a little water. Is that okay if I get some water?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll tell y'all a little bit about how I had so much toxic buildup in my brain, in my liver, in my body, and they're a little bit surprised.
Okay,
you ready?
Coke, okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Wait on it, y'all. The testimony is worth it. No worries. Take your time, girl.
I'm done.
Thank you.
No problem.
I was just telling everybody I've almost died 10 times counting.
Really? What?
Yeah.
What's been going on with you?
Miracles.
Yeah.
I gotta prove to people that death ain't always the end. You can come right back in your body and figure it out.
Yeah. I'm glad you're still here, walking,
Mhm.
talking, breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Turn these lights off for you.
Thank you, girl. Have a good on day.
You too.
Thank you. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's see. Storms came out of the water. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, let me answer people in a minute. Okay. I'm probably going to be disrupted a lot. Even though this morning nobody disrupted me, not one time. Not one person. So let's go back to the testimony part. So I'm always swimming in consciousness. This is why I do this is why I am always on this border of heaven and hell. I'm always on the border. Something could go wrong, something could go right, and I always stay in this middle passage of heaven and hell, almost as if I'm supposed to be the one that's ushering people to where they're supposed to go. So today, I'm talking to God. I'm like, I could hear you close. I could hear you clearer when I was right near you. I said I could hear you way clearer when I was close to death. I said I was always there because you always told me where I was supposed to go. And I was like, now I'm getting lower. You know, I'm getting back into the vessel. I'm getting back in the form, and I'm not able to hear you, but I'm seeing you clear. Right? I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see some real shit through the veil. I woke up this morning and my fucking doctor was a tree of life. For fairies and shit around it, and beautiful, like serene energy. And I pointed, I was like, my God, doctor, you are beautiful. I said, doctor, you is like a tree, a life. You got all these floaty things, like you in the middle of the water. I'm like, you're beautiful, doctor. And the tree looked behind me and laughed and giggled. And I'm like, what is going on? I was like, I'm in some kind of fairy tale zone type shit. So let's go back to the testimony. I'm here, I'm meditating. I'm trying to keep my sanity within my body and my mind at peace. And I keep getting God. He's like, you ain't gonna have to go up. You say you don't have to go through this much longer. You don't have to go. In my mind, I want to question. I want to be like, yo, well, give me the plan for dot, 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 because I'm trying to figure out dot, dot, dot. I'm trying to navigate my way through this dialysis situation. And all I can hear is, he's on his way. Don't worry, he's on his way. He's on his way. And to me, I'm like, all right, I've been hearing he's on his way since I was 2 years old. I've been hearing this same it's almost like a call of the wild, like a mating call. He's on his way, he's on his way. Like I always been hearing that since I was 2. So I never really took much thought about it, right? But I was thinking about it today. I was like, it's August 1st, 2022. It's gonna be my birthday this year. It's gonna be my 31st birthday, which is on the 4th. I have met death so many times at the crossroads. So many times, y'all. I can't even tell y'all the correct amount of times. I've been at the crossroads quite a bit. And it's always the easiest thing. He's like, you want to play a game? Death is always like, you want to play a game? And I'll be like, nah, this time I'm actually kind of tired. Can you take me where I need to go? And he goes, it don't work like that. The devil he always be at the crossroads talking to me like that, like we best friends. So I'm at the crossroads. He's like, you want to play a game? And I was like, nah, I'm tired. I was like, all right, fine, whatever, let's play a game. So he sets up a whole chessboard, black and white, on the board. And he starts talking to me like he my therapist. Death talking to me like he my therapist, right? And I'm telling Death, I'm like, yo, I was like, this earth course is hard. I was like, I've been strung up. I've had some things happen to me. And he goes, why do you think that is? And I go, because that's how I learn. I learned through transmuting the negative energy that's provided to me and putting it in on a positive note. That's how I will learn. So he goes to me and he said, this sly motherfucker said to me, he goes, you sure sound like you're hard headed on Earth. He said, you sure sound like you hard headed as fuck on Earth. I was like, no, I'm not. My mind is soft and moldable. I can learn things easily. I'm ready to learn, and I'm eager and hopeful and patient and kind. And I started naming off a million things that I am. I named off a million names. I'm I'm light. I'm trusting. I'm open. And he goes, a few years ago, if I would have said that, you would have said, yeah, I'm hard headed. Yeah, I'm stubborn. Yeah, I'm a disaster on two legs. Yeah. He said, you really are starting to change. He goes, whatever course you're taking, you're doing the right course. So here we go, playing the game. And I'm telling Death, I'm like, yeah, they got me on hooked to a machine 4 to 5 hours a day. I ain't gonna be able to do my studies and da da da. And he looks at me. I've never had a vision. I'm not talking Anubis. I'm talking some part of me. You know, that death is a part of me. Death eyes lit up in a yellow hue and looked at me and then shook his head like this and goes, you have no idea what's coming, do you? He said that to me. You have no idea what's coming, do you? And I go, yeah. More trials and tribulations. I'm gonna knock them out of the park like I'm fucking Sayo or one of the people that know how to play baseball really good. I was like, I'm gonna be one of them. And he goes, you keep fighting against death. You keep fighting against death, and you don't get it yet. And I look down at the chessboard and I see 2 moves that I could do, and I could knock death out of the course. And instead, I just take the easy route, and I'd be like, dude, took one of the pawns. He comes over, he took like a knight. I was like, hey, I was easy on you. And he goes, that's it. Why are you easy on death? Why are you easy on the things that need to propel you? He goes, as hard as you work in your mind changing time and testing time again, that's what you need to do with your vessel. He goes, you need to push it to the limit. He goes, I bet that if you get straight on your you know finances, if you get straight on this, if you get straight on your, because my body is a temple, so it's different. It's not like, it's like a pocketbook almost in my mind. And he's like, if you get organized and stuff like that, he said, I bet you'd be unstoppable. I said, I'm already unstoppable. He goes, then why are you playing games? He said, why are you playing a game? I said, I'm not playing a game. I don't want to play this game no more. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for my Prince Charming. I'm ready for all this stuff. He goes, then why are you playing? He gets the board up and he knocks the board down. First time I've ever seen Death losing and smack the thing up. Or no, he winning and smack the thing up. And he goes, you need to get up. And he goes, you need to get up, get out, get some. And he starts like rapping and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is my delusional hell. But the commentary between me and the devil or me and death, it's the same commentary I have in my head every day, but it's just in dream form. So the commentary where he's like, you need to stop playing with death. You need to just knock death out of the system. It came yesterday. Yesterday, I set up a council meeting with all of Yami and the medical field. And there's a lot of things that is hidden from us within the medical field that they don't talk about. They got cures for everything, but there's no money in that. There's no money in the cure. It's in the disease to make them sicker, make people sicker and sicker. This is why I said GMO need to go. I'm up there trying to do the maintenance in the stars and get everything ready for the future, and they fucking playing with my vessel. They doing barbaric surgeries and shit on my vessel that could be done with a laser, that could be disrupted with one pill. Kidney disease can be reversed in one pill. They don't talk about that shit though. They want you on dialysis. They want you hooked up to machines. They want it so they can make money. Charge the insurance and shit. So after the council meeting and all of the women had their say, the crone hit her little 5-point star, her stars. And she did a gavel of 3. And so it was written. All the laws, all of this shit is crumbling. All of it's crumbling. So let me back up a little bit and talk about one other thing, and then try to see what's going on. Okay. So I was high in the stars. I have proof and pictures of where I was, how I got there, all that. I was so high that the sky became an eye, a rock. I'll show you all the pictures. I want to show you how the higher that you go, the closer you are to God. But you also have to realize the closer you are to death, right? So, for example, Can't really see. That's one of the more clearer pictures I got when I'm up there. When I'm up there, I'm in consciousness, right? I'm not worried about death. I'm not worried about what's about to happen to me or anything like that. What I'm worried about is getting enough information, enough proof, enough conscious existence of the manifestation of thoughts in order to ground it to word, right? Because words are just seeds that plant within physical reality to birth what it needs to be birthed. So I'm swimming through consciousness and getting all the information I need. And somebody come knock on my door. I'm like, hello? What the fuck you doing at my door? Right? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing at my door? I go, hey, you've been missing for a long time. Like, what are you talking about? I'm right here. No, 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 no. He goes, no, 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 no. You've been missing for a long time. You need to come back to Earth. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm right here. You're not here. You're missing. So I'm like, all right, all right, all right. And that's when I was going through that pain. I was like, because everything was like, keep going, push it, push it to the limit. You're almost there. And I was fixing the infrastructure of the not the stethoscope. You know where the star station is, where they had the big old telescope that was there. I was trying to fix where I wanted them to see it and pre-point it to where it was to get the children back through the stars and stuff. And then here I go in pain. I'm talking real pain. They was like, you about to go. You got to go back to your body. So I go back to my body and then I get to the doctor and they're like, bitch, how is you still in this body? How are you still here? Who are you? Who are you? Like, man, I'm a miracle walking. That's all I'm gonna say. Anything else I say, you won't believe me. If I say I'm Jesus, you won't believe me. The only way you will believe me is if I perform a miracle where I walk on water. Boy, the hardest thing is humans are so hard-headed. They so hard-headed. They can't believe in nothing but what they see. As you can see, when the darkness come on, you could see clearer, right? My journey ain't over. It may be stalled a little bit, but it ain't over. When God tells me something, I believe it. When somebody tells you who they are the first time, believe them. If they say I'm healthy, I'm healthy. I'm healthy. But what I'm playing the game for? Why do I play the game? Why do I play the game of insanity in an insane environment? Why? Because I'm not the only one who's going through the shit. I'm not the only one who's going through kidney disease. Why wouldn't I do what they tell me? Take my pill, do whatever I need to do, and then a miracle happened. And then what do I got? I got another testimony. I got another one, and another one, and another one. If y'all follow my story, y'all know I got a lot of them, a lot of testimonies. But the biggest testimony there is in all your lives and everything, the biggest testimony is love. Love. I'm only kicking around here a little bit because I'm waiting on my divine counterpart. We said we was meeting up at 6 o'clock. We said we was meeting up. I ain't going nowhere. The devil not gonna move. The devil and Satan, he ain't gonna move me nowhere. I know where I'm going. Hell is a mind construct that you build yourself. They don't tell you that shit. Hell is hell is what you created to be. You have a part in your mind where you build hell based on imagery and communication from other people. You build your own prison in your mind. That's where the depression seeps in and the demons and all. Hell is a state of mind. And in mind, it reflects to the environment. What's in your mind, it reflects to your environment. Hell ain't real. Hell is a mental, social, economic, all that construct. I'm rich. I'm very, 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 very wealthy. Very wealthy. And my whole thing is I'm watching how people treat me. Who treat me like what? When I ain't got nothing. Because once I'm right where I'm supposed to be, it's all blessings from there. I don't need $1 billion fucking dollars to be sitting in my bank account. I need $1 billion to be in my friends' bank accounts. I need my friends to be good so that they can come see me. I need them to have a house right next to me on a fucking river on the ocean. I need my 12 disciples to I need my 13 right next to me on my 4. That's almost my 4. That's 2 fours. So the moral of the story with me and death always playing games. I told death to move aside. I said, I'm gonna absorb you back into my body. I'm gonna absorb you back into I'm gonna make you a grain of sand. Black sands of time. If I put a sand of time in somebody's heart, they need to go. Eventually. They need to be absorbed back into sand. Because they're not ready to be here. Their mind not in the right zone. They're not ready. The sand of time is controlled by the mother of nine, who's died over 9 times and come right back. Like resurrected from the dead. That's a scary person. But my testimony comes from me existing in a portion of time where people said I couldn't exist. They said I could not exist in this form with all of the trauma that I've been through. And I talk about it daily. I've never shied away from nobody to tell them, hey, in foster care, they used to do this to me. In foster care, this used to happen. Then this happened. It's my testimony. If you don't want to hear it, get the fuck out my face. I'm not going to shut my mouth because it makes you uncomfortable. I'm not going to shut my mouth for nobody. The foster care system is flawed. The children are being molested and raped and all this other shit in foster care, and everybody walking around like hunky dory, motherfucking everything okay. No, go save the children. Stop popping out children left and right and go fucking take care of one that's on the street right now. But y'all so selfish, all y'all want to do is multiply y'all DNA. If y'all get an orphan, a little orphan kid know half as much information by the time it's 5 years old than the ones that learn by the time they in a secure environment by the time they're 50. 5 years old, an orphan knows 90% of genetic restructuring and how to resurface, restructure, reorganize their own genetic sequences to make them look like the person they want to adopt them. That sounds like a plastic surgeon to me. That sounds some sci-fi shit. That sounds real sci-fi. It sounds really, really, really sci-fi. They're little chameleons. When you want to manifest a family so bad, when you want to manifest something so bad that you go ahead and change your whole identity because you can. So, what I'm saying and what I'm trying to convey to humanity and to people in general, stop playing with death. Let it go. If it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. Stand up for what you believe is right. Even if that means I'm floating in the clouds fixing and shanking Shawshanks and shit. Even if that's what I'm doing in my head. That's my prerogative. As long as I come back to my body and my body is still one body of Christ. Hey, keeps coming back. I don't know how. Without going insane, without without training the brain to go insane, you will never make it out of this hellish environment. Never make it out of this fucking hellish environment if you ain't crazy. You gotta be crazy. You can have people coming up to you left and right. Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you take your medicine? Did you this? Hey, God told me not to do that today. Look at me like I'm motherfucking crazy. What? Well, what God are you serving? Oh, the one that keep getting me back and forth over the black rainbow? What the fuck are you talking about, woman? You crazy? Yeah, I am. It's better to be insane in an insane environment so I can actually be manageable with my intelligence. Shit. You can't. How hard it is to manage intelligence in insanity. I'm telling you. I've become a classification of woke that ain't even in the books. I become a classification of woke that ain't in the books. And although this morning, when I'm meditating and reading about this peritoneal and all this other fucking shit, the one thing that came to me as I'm crying, as tears are coming down my eyes, is you won't have to go through that for so much longer. Things are changing. Everything is off. All the old system is off. Now we need to figure out how to replug up the new system. This is why you're here. This is why you're sitting in the hospital. You needed time to contemplate and think about healing. How does it feel to heal? What does it mean to heal? What is your, how did you get from point A to point B, point Z? How did you become who you are? Through healing, right? I'm working a couple things here. And they got me in there for a week to 2 weeks, something like that. And I hear cold blue on floor 2, cold blue. A whole fucking man came in my room. He got on his knees and he goes, "Hey, I heard that God was here." I go, "I'm not, you could say something like that. How can I help you, sir?" He goes, "I can't get back in my body." He's like, "I can't get back in." And he's on his knees and he's like to the floor praying. And I'm like, he goes, "You're the brightest light I've seen in all of the times I've been traveling around. You're the brightest light." I said, "Look at me." I told him, I said, "Get up." He gets up, stands up, and I go like this. I take my 2 fingers, I put one, and I make a cross on his thing right here. I go, when you go into your body, don't go in through the other organs. Don't go in through this. Don't go through that. Go in through this little nugget that I crossed in here. It's gonna show up on your body. It's gonna go right into your pineal gland. You don't have to go through any of the other shit. You don't have to like transfer all of your chakra systems back. Just go through the pineal. It's it's the secret of life. He goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah. The pineal gland is the secret to life, to get back and forth wherever you need to go. You don't even have to split up your atom." Whoa. I was like, "You could beat death if you want. I'll show you how." He goes, I remember this, I pray. I said, "You won't." I was like, when you blacked out in space, you ain't gonna remember shit. But eventually, when memory catch up with your pineal gland, you'll remember. You'll come here. He goes back into his body. And all I hear is, okay, he did it. It's like, but then you can't tell people that you see shit because then they're gonna put you in the insane asylum. I'll be like, my grandma saw shit. My great grandma saw shit. My great great grandma saw shit. But they too legit to quit. You can't kill them. You can't put them away mentally or nothing. I was like, it's a gift. If y'all don't like it, get the fuck out my face. As long as I am speaking coherently, as long as I am not harming anyone, as long as I am speaking my truth, don't come at me with some bullshit. Like, medical field so full of bullshit. 90% of the shit is a bag of bullshit. Here come my doctor. It's bullshit though. They winging it. That's why they call it. That's why they got wings in the hospital. They winging that shit hard. They go in the back end of Google and type something in real quick and be like, "It's it. I found it." Yeah, niggas fugazi. They fugazi hella hard. Oh, I was in the back of their Genesis, tapping into the medical field's Genesis code. Y'all, the medical field was upkeeping the false flags and shit. They upkeeping all of it in a system called Genesis. I shut that shit up so quick. So last night in my dream, I was going to visit my girls because in the dream room, you know, the medical field is like a forest, right? In the dream room. So I'm in going to the forest, and they had a LGBTQRX community in the forest all the time. They are always in the forest. And I was watching this one. Um, he didn't give me his pronouns in the dream realm, but he was lifting weights in the dream. And I was howling like, yeah, good job, keep going, because I was a wolf. I'm a wolf, white wolf in the dream room. I was like, oh, just like to give him like encouragement. Tell me why this woman came up to me, grabbed me by my hand, hella hard, and was like about to break it in the dream room. And it was like, you shouldn't make fun of people or howl at people because of their differences. You know, just because they're different doesn't make them any less important. I looked at that person. I said, get your fucking hands off me. I said, get your fucking hands off me. I was like, you almost broke my arm in the dream room with your strong ass. And I was like, you need to actually, before you judge somebody else for judging you, think of that person who was rooting you on. But you're so used to getting all the hate, you trying to fight everybody for saying, good job, you're doing a good job, but not the way you want them to say it. They trying the best that they can, but y'all fucking throwing all these QRS codes at them. Hold up. We won. We chill. And then a whole group of lesbians come and was like, we invited you deep into the forest so that you could see our struggle and our pain and da 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 da. But what you're doing is just mocking us. And I'm like wondering, I'm like, do they have any goddamn clue who the fuck I am and why I would ever I would never judge nobody for what they choose. You got freedom of speech, you got freedom of anything you want. Freedom. That's what I believe in. I believe in unity. I believe in freedom. I believe in hope. I believe in fucking paying your motherfucking taxes. And the taxes ain't even money. Taxes is the death taxes. I'll talk about that in a different one. People don't know about taxes and death. Y'all gotta pay it off so you can live long. You don't have to pay the physical money. You pay the spiritual money for taxes and death. And you can live as long as you want. That's the taxes that they was talking about in the Bible. But anyway, so yeah, the lesbians and all these LGBTQ, they started to try to like kill me in the dream room. I was like, I'm trying to help y'all out of this situation. And y'all get mad at me for howling because I was coaching somebody on. And then they was like, well, now you have to do this ritual. I was like, what? You want me to perform a same sex ritual to get me out of this part of the dream realm? I said, you motherfuckers. I called my girl Amber. I was like, Amber. I called Amber. I was like, you need to get your motherfucking kids in order. And she goes, what? What are you talking about? Because Amber is me, but she white. I flipped the genetic sequence. Own it. I don't know. I don't even think she know, but I think she know that we the same person. But she white and I'm black. She holds the staff over the protection of the rainbow, the protection of the rights of the kids, the LGBTQ. She holds that shit. And I was like, we're gonna have to do a cleaning of the forest. And she goes, who did what? Who did what and what? I was like, here's a whole list of all the kids that need to go. All of the people that need to go. Because I was like, they so stuck in their own identity, they can't move. They're so stuck in this identity. And we're supposed to be fluid in this energy. When you're in the rainbow, you're supposed to be fluid, but they stuck in something. So we ended up having to go to war for a minute. It was quick war, but still was a war. And I was like, I don't want to go to war with my sister, but I'm willing to because this big ass motherfucker man woman grabbed me by my wrist and almost broke my shit in a dream room. I could feel it in the physical room. Like I could feel it. Like it's really happening. And I was like, damn, these motherfuckers strong. So we don't have to. Some things is coming. That's gonna change a lot of courses of time, but stick with what you're supposed to be doing. Don't worry about the rest. Let it fall to the wayside. Let it fall. Like Sodom and Gomorrah. So the testimony comes at a point in my journey where I'm literally just, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. That's it. That's my long story short. I'm happy to be here. I am. I hope that you never become afraid of anything. That if you took anything from my story, that you'll realize that death is a state of mind. There's always a loophole back out. This is why the pyramids were built. Because when you go too far in your dream realm, you gotta wake up eventually. Go through the pyramids. 100% electrical, pure energy. Take the hieroglyphs. Get on the boat. Tell them that the mama gave you a coin. The coin will usher you back into your door. Your door is where you are in your body, top of your head. Everybody's top of their head is a door. This is why I leave mine open. Some people be closing it. I leave mine open. I only put this around my head to usher the light back in.
Hi there. Your nurse today. I called there and I can't get an answer, but I'm waiting back to find out.
Okay.
Get it.
Did
Hopefully soon.
did my food get here yet, or is there any cereal?
What did you order? Cereal?
Yeah, it was just something simple. I was.
Okay. Yeah, let me go see if it's out here.
No worries. Thank you. This is why I wrote that poem. I was like, I would never make y'all bow. I would never. Man has pushed me on my back, pushed me on my front, made me turn back into a snake in the Garden of Eden. All so they could see the top of my head, but they always been too fucking short. Little dick niggas. They always been too short. They can't see the top of my fucking crown. The only person that can see the top of my crown is me. Me. That's it. They forced me down. But I'm like, you know what? If someone does come in front of me and bow, I can see the top of their head and I can figure it out to get them back to where they need to be. I'm not asking anybody to ever bow for me. If you want to stay sick, stay sick. I'll help you in another way. I'll communicate it out with you. I'll work it with you. We're equal. I'm no bigger, no smaller. We equal. We came from ants. Everybody came from an ant. You got an auntie? You got an uncle? Them's ants. Holding up the genetic line, the front line. They're warriors. All of the aunties and uncles and stuff like that are warriors. Except for the ones that, went the opposite way they were supposed to go. Went too deep in the forest and had to do a ritual to get out. I don't do rituals for nobody. I do it for myself. Even when I was doing my crystal work, I was like, I'm transferring energy into these crystals that's worth more than any of the $12 I was asking for. The little tea light spell candles, That's how I made darkness on a tea light. Just a little candle with some poking around. I make darkness from candles. Nobody bought it. I was pretty pretty happy that they didn't. Because if they would have bought that shit, they could have turned off the lights. Like, it's different. And all of this bullshit, all of this bullshit. You can't stop a nigga. Can't stop a nigga. Sure. None of this is. I have a destiny that can't be fucked with. I've done millions of years of praying, meditation. I've hung out with the monks. I went to the monk mansion uh, the other day. It's a mansion right near the truck town where I live basically truck town, whatever. So I go there and I drop my soul off at the front door of the monk mansion, and some two monks come and bow and say, "You ready?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And then I waved my body in the car. I was like, and then I go into the forest, and this is when I'm still sick, right? I'm heavy breathing, I can't breathe, you know, fluid building up all through my body, I feel death, and I'm like, "Ooh, this is comfortable." I get comfortable when death comes. Everybody was like, "A body in motion stays in motion." I was like, "But then how are you gonna listen to the ocean when the whales come and say, 'Hey, you need to pass this message'? How if you always fucking moving, always motherfucking talking, how are you gonna listen?" So I'm chilling with death heaviness inside of me. Oh, I still feel that shit. Oh, oh. But I'm chilling with death inside of me. And I can feel him like playing the game, pushing me to end the game. And then I dropped myself at the Monk Mansion. Smartest thing I've ever done. Smartest thing I've ever done. Because then you have interconnectedness of consciousness throughout all of where the monks stay. They're on vortexes of energy. They're on vortexes of energy. And what I felt when I was there, why I had to go to the river. I went to the river where the river, three rivers meet in one. Three different rivers meet and merge into one. I was like, ain't that a holy sign? Ain't that a holy sign? My 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 soul started walking on water. And it's crazy to me because I'm like, I'm in death is inside of me and I'm walking on water between three rivers meeting in one pivotal point. And I'm like nobody can see this greatness because they all like blinded to the fact that there's more parts of you that can formulate and go somewhere. All this melanin I got, I formulate wherever I want. I go wherever I want. Nobody can tell me no motherfucking different. I know that the earth is, I know that the universe is fluid. So I dropped myself off and I heard myself when I was in a monk mansion. Every atom in me being stripped down to nakedness, butt naked, stripped. No, all the atoms in me, every thought, every detail, everything was stripped before I even got into the universal uh, connectivity of the monks. They on a monkey brain. They on a monkey brain flip. They wildin'. They not even. They know that they won all together. So I get stripped down because I'm talking about depression and all this other stuff, heavy shit. And you can't bring that to the monk mansions or to the monks' sanctuary. So they stripped me of all of that. And they made me meditate next to one of this guy that looked like he looked like a white monkey with a long thing like this, almost like a little monkey dragon looking thing. I had to meditate with him for like, I mean, I'm gonna do worldly calculations because they not on this, they don't play on this field. I was like 8,000 years in order to get the depression out of the brain. It's like going to a spa. That's my version of a spa. I'm like, y'all can get y'all nails done, y'all can get y'all hair done, y'all can do all that shit y'all want. But for me, if you take me to like somewhere where the monks be, that's where I'm gonna be at home. That's where I'm gonna be at home. Because they found a way to seek to get higher, evaluate, evol- higher evolution through doing nothing. Through doing nothing. Everyone said the body's emotion stays in motion. Mind emotion stays in motion. But y'all failed. Y'all want to do all the tricks and kung fu and shit. Y'all don't want to sit and think. That's all you got to do. Sit, and think. So that's why I love me a monk. I brought my Rashna my beads with me. But they were like, you can't bring those because they're full of death. I was like, damn. He was like, they're full of death, and I was like, but the seed inside of death is what I need, hope. The seed inside of this death, is light, and that's what I need. I was like, you can't bring it though. He's like, those would cause a little wreak havoc and disaster inside of here, inside of this realm. And I was like, I know. So I left my beads out. But nobody really talk about the monks and what they be doing. I'm not saying all monks are good, but I'm saying the ones that are good are great. And I'm blessed to live so close. Because I live in a little town right off the main highway. But the monks are in Trucktown. And I was talking about the truckers in my dream and the shit that they were going through, and we had a whole council meeting for the truckers. Because the truckers was like, there's a certain group of elite truckers that's causing chaos for all the other ones. And my uncle, my brother, my cousins, all of them are truckers. They're all truckers. And I was crying. I was about to cry as soon as I got there. I was like, I'm used to picking up my uncle and my brother here at this truck town. And I was like, they're not here. And I'm here. But it's cool. It's cool. But I got home after, and my body was still in pain, even after the monk mansion. And that's when I went to the doctor. That's when I went in and got hooked up on dialysis and waiting on my food since 7 o'clock. Got hooked up on this shit. They were so surprised. They were like, bitch, how are you not dead? How are you not dead? I said, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Got a secret. Can you keep taking this one to the grave? Yep. Let's see what else. I mean, I've just been having major dreams, major visions, made all this major. And I ain't got no crystals in my hand, no nothing. Just me. Oh, coming down, I was high. Yo, bitch. Yo, I was high. I was so high out of my body, I could touch nothing. The ether. But it's nothing. It's like you're in a petri dish, y'all. Oh, y'all don't want to know that. It's like you're in a petri dish in the future that's organized by me. It's like y'all in a fucking petri dish. And it's going to be a lot more better and organized and clean and sterile environments. It's going to be very sterile so that disease it doesn't filter back into the system. Yeah. I'm just I'm just gonna keep on keeping on doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm praying for a miracle on my birthday. My birthday is August 24th. 8 4 4 2 4 2 0 2 2 2 2022 on a 31, which is a 4. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. I remember I was young, 17 years old, the doctor, 19, 17, 18, 19. The doctor was like, by the time you're 30, you're gonna die. He was like, you're not gonna make it. And I go, what? Really? I'm so sad. And I was like, watch me in the back of my head, like a mask. She was like, watch me, nigga. Because a lot of these doctors, this is why I ask the doctors their last name, because a lot of them come from the Holocaust lineage. They stole hella shit from my children, hella memory from my children, hella of it. So the doctors was always the worst place to go for me. We're like, ugh. But then as I got older, I started realizing, yo, I'm taking that shit back. As soon as the nigga say, oh, my last name is da 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 da, I'm like, split my body up, go back, just like a stroke, jump into the body, put my head, put the thing, my yarmulke back in, get back into the body, and act like I'm that person. Secret ops, silent shit, Jay and Silent Bob type shit. Can't even see it. It's like so fast. Done. I don't need nobody to work on me if you have had that genetic code inside of you where you was murdering the kids and fucking doing all that shit and testing their DNA and like torturing them and shit like that. No. I don't play that. Don't touch my body. Do you know if one of them people touched me, they would explode for real, in real life? Because they're full of sin. If you touch this body, it's so holy. When I'm up that high, when I'm up that high, you touch his body, they're gonna explode, and you gonna see it, and then people gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on here? Did you hurt this person?" I'm like, "No, he's full of sin. He's a balloon full of toxin. You think I'm full of toxin because my kidneys ain't working? You should see the spiritual souls that they have accumulated, and they pass down through these like pots. Like in the Jewish tradition, they have a pot, and you pass it down through generation after generation.
Did it ever come?
No.
Gosh, I'm gonna call down there. So you ordered cereal and.
Well, I don't remember. I can reorder it.
Yeah, try to maybe you might want you could order lunch now.
Oh shoot.
I know that's bad.
Okay.
I think I wonder. Yeah, try to call and order.
All right.
In 5 minutes is lunchtime.
Yeah,
That's frustrating. I keep looking around here for it.
it's not your fault, man.
God,
It's not your fault. I'll find something.
I'll be back. I love
Thanks.
this sweater.
Thank you. But they kept it in a pot. But I got hella people in the Jewish community. In the Orthodox Jewish community, I have a lot of kids there. They are very intelligent. You know, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, one of my kids. People don't think it because he like white, but no, he's funny as fuck. Come on, I'm wearing my Pineapple Express socks. Send him a message. I need to hook up with Rogan on a Hogan flip. Wrestling, rock to the Hawaii, back to Samoa, flip it on Tongan flip. Yeah, on my OE. Perfect. That's it. Send him 3 knocks and a fourth wedding bell. Yeah. All right. Where was I? I was hella high. I was showing pictures of the sun changing and showing people like it's controlled. The sun is just controlled by me, not just me, but God. God is a community of everybody. If everybody mad, it's like the whole ant hill turns into a fire hill. It's fiery. So then the sun start reacting. But I know how to make shapes and forms under the sun. So I try to prove to people, I'm like, hey, I am whatever you say I am. But if I wasn't, then why would I say I am? And then they'd be like, she's crazy, she's crazy, she's crazy. I could prove everything on a picture and they still think it's CGI. Still think it's CGI. Why wasn't y'all worried about CGI back in the day? Now y'all worried about it. It looks everybody get access to CGI. No, they can't. That y'all got to go to DreamWorks. You got to go to Universal Studios. Y'all got to go to the moon course with them to get access to that to make any movies. I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna watch The Gray Man while I'm here. I think I'm gonna watch The Gray Man. Hey, what's up, Cut?
Good morning, huh?
No, I've been waiting on dialysis all morning. I woke up at 5:45. Can you hear me? Hi, chicken. They haven't even came in here to tell me if y'all could come and visit yet. And it's 11. They haven't even given me my breakfast. And it's 11. No, they haven't even talked to me about it. It's been bad. I woke up at 5:45. Nobody has even other than get my blood, told me about nothing. Dialysis is supposed to be 4 hours today. 4 hours. It's supposed to be early so that you can hang out with your day. Yeah. So I ordered breakfast at 8 something. It's 11:01. I haven't eaten. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know if this is zombie apocalypse. That'd be funny. Give me some. Give me some weed. Give me some Sunny G.
Me and Angel just went to the store.
What you get?
off